CEO is saying that the PS4 is nearing the end of its life cycle, but it's not what you think.
It is what I think.
What do you think?
The world's ending. Fire everywhere.
PS5's coming.
The official quote is...
Codera.
PS4 is entering final phase of its life cycle, which would have negative impact to the unit, but recurring revenue via membership services, etc. should cushion some of that. I read that horribly, but I think that was because that was translated strangely. I don't know.
I like how you like pause that etc. You're like, wait a second.
Because I was reading it without processing what I was reading. Like it said nothing of what I wanted it to say. Basically, this is what I want to say. Yeah. So basically, they're saying that the investors and stuff like that, it's going to go through March 2021. Some people were saying that, okay, so this means that PS5 is coming soon. Some people were saying, no, that just means that it's going to be active till 2021. What do you guys think?
I think that Sony is going under, and we'll never see them again.
Clearly.
They've been bleeding money for days.
They're going out the way of Toys R Us. Not at all.
Yeah. I feel like 2021, it's about time.
Well, you were saying, that'd be 7 years?
7 years is usually the lifespan, I think, that they just shoot for with a console.
Now, is it exclusive, or are we talking where it still lingers even after the new console comes
lingers. Out? So that's what I'm the most curious about. Like they're saying to like 2021 is like now. What does it say? Would it be when PlayStation to crouch down wants to grow for? So it seemed like the PS3 had life after PS4. Like they never just cut it off.
Yeah, same with
the
consoles before it.
Yeah. So my curiosity would be is 2021 when the PS4 would be stopped being manufactured. Is that when the PS5 is supposed to be launched? So on and so forth. I think though, I really do think that we could probably start hearing mutterings and rumors about PS5 probably next year. Next E3.
So you don't think that it's something that could be announced already in January, February? You don't think it's going to be that early? Even because we had a conversation about what was coming out, like we already have the God of War coming out.
Yeah.
You don't think they're just wrapping everything up?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they could hold off until 2021 to have the new console out, but they're I think what they're admitting to is that PS4 is peaking. Like we're almost at the 80 million mark, and with the 16 million that they want to sell this year, they'll have it, and then some. So, like I said, if their goal was to make it at least as profitable as what the PS3 was in a shorter amount of time, then they've hit it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, they're doing very well.
But in the world of technology, things move faster now. Everything about technology, speed, power, all that stuff moves a lot faster.
Well, that's why okay, so PS4 Pro was announced 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Or released 2 years ago now. I don't you just hit the nail on the head. It's just I feel like PlayStation 5 is going to be announced sooner than later. Sooner than more people think, because like you said, technology is just constant. PS4 is actually I think Days Gone, the publisher, just said that they're really pushing the PS4 to its limits with that game. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying that that's it. If this game is going to do that, then that's it. There's nowhere to go. But
which is going to be interesting because then obviously Spider-Man's coming out this year. Days Gone will probably be another one.
2019 it was pushed to.
So if we don't see a release date for Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, or Death Stranding this year, it kind of leads me to believe that they're probably PS5 games.
They don't want, They don't want to give any hints of when.
I think they did say that Last of Us will be out on PS4, though.
They're probably going to try and double dip. So they'll probably release it maybe on PS4, knowing that the year after they release it on PS4, the PS5 is probably coming out and they'll do a remastered.
Just like Legend of Zelda was for Wii U
right,
and stuff like that. So it's going to be for those that, hey, you can still play the game if you want to, but hey, you can also play it with better graphics, better whatever.
But I feel like it would be wise for them to hold it close to their chest if they're planning on releasing Last of Us 2, Death Stranding. It'd be such a bigger splash for Sony to come out and be like, Last of Us 2 is a launch exclusive for PS5. That is such a huge win. that just jumps it right back up. And same with Death Stranding. If you have a Kojima game within the release window of the PS5, people are going to buy it.
So, because those games are actually scheduled for E3, do you think that, I mean...
I would assume that they'd have a release date in 2019. I just don't know if that's the right choice.
So you're saying that if they were going to do it that route, like, okay, it's, 2021 is not going to be the PS5, but it's going to come sooner. Do you think that they would show off the game and announce that at E3 this year?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think
they already said they're not going to announce hardware. 2020 is probably would be 7 years. 2020 would probably be the year of when we have fine details about what's going on with the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2019 they could stretch through. They could still release some games. I just don't know. Like, to me, like, I'd rather have I'm going to be more interested and willing to go out and be like, I'm going to get a PS5, I'm going to get Last of Us 2. Let's go.
Yeah.
If it's out there on launch day. So I don't know. I don't know what their plans are because we don't know anything outside of the games that we know about, and I don't know what they're going to announce, if anything new.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be first party because most of the first parties have already launched their stuff.
Yeah.
Or we know what they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
if the titles that they already announced to be at E3 do end up being launch titles, but not exclusive to PS5 launch titles,
then I think you cut it. Like that would be like why release exclusives on PS4 if you're going to need to sell a new console?
right?
But at the same time, they'd be silly. They'd be shooting themselves in the foot from a PR standard if PS4 games aren't backwards compatible with PS5. So,
yeah.
What if they end up going the disc route also? Not the disc route. The
floppy drive?
the floppy drive. The Switch route with they have the new cartridges or their own proprietary cartridges.
yeah, because the cartridges still don't hold as much memory as they need. Like we still need, like with Wolfenstein, I think, Wolfenstein, Doom, and stuff like that. You need like extra memory for like a lot of third-party games. So I mean, unless they do it,
it's interesting that you mentioned that aspect because, they just announced. I know this is sort of off topic, but it's on the same train.
The back cars.
Yeah, back cart.
the caboose.
Resident Evil 7 was announced for Switch. But it's
streaming, right?
But they're talking about streaming. And they're talking about maybe because limited to hardware to run it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the PS5, how would that work? Because who knows what the next... I don't think there would be a system that's not disc related this early.
Well, the thing is, too, is that I think Sony wouldn't change from the medium of a Blu-ray disc, because they do own a certain amount of proprietary.
Yeah.
I mean, Sony's tried to go discless before with the PSP Go, so they could always... I doubt they do it now, but maybe like the next generation, they might try to phase it out.
I don't know. I feel like something would have to come out first. Like, for instance, PS3 came out. They were the ones that put a Blu-ray drive into their system. So that's what got a lot of people buying a PS3, because it was a cheaper
I'm assuming
Blu-ray.
that the next PS5 will have a 4K Blu-ray player, too.
You think it would?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ultra, everything.
And it'll come with a TV.
And I will say this. It's one of those things that, like, it was kind of aggravating, because, like, when I didn't have internet for a period of time, I couldn't watch any of my digital movies. It pissed me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's, physical copies.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard to, because this is such a weird, and like, why would you announce something like this besides getting people questioning?
He's even saying that, hey, I'm saying this, and that's going to have a negative impact on our hardware, because, hey, I'm saying it's dying. We're close to dying, but we'll rise again.
What I meant to say was nothing, and I messed up.
Yeah, I don't see how this could be helpful at all for him.
I still think PlayStation has a good few years in it. Like, people are still going to be buying it. They have the catalog of games that are coming out. They're going to want to make people buy the consoles. It's just they're peaking now. They're at the peak of their saturation for their sales of the PS4.
Hey, they just said it. They're peaking. They're at its peak.
They're going to crouch down once.
Yeah, that's what I was like, what?
That's definitely a translation.
What is this? What is that? The emphasis on the
maybe PS5.
It's like the translator didn't understand what the last sentence, so he just put that there.
I mean, hey, like I said, there's people out there that are like, no, they're not going to announce that. It's just, to us, though, we're so used to a formula of how they do things. Would it be so crazy for them to just be like, oh, hey, I know they're not announcing new hardware.
Well, I mean, they could always be like, we're just kidding.
Sorry.
Sorry about
we didn't
that.
say PS5 is software.
I was about to. PS5 ends up being a streaming service.
I really don't want that.
It's an AI.
That's not exciting to open out of the box.
You get like a download card.
Oh, man.
What? It's just like every game you open nowadays. It's just a disc and a bunch of random nonsense that there's no longer a manual. It's just
Some
like
inserts.
It's codes.
Yeah, some inserts, some codes.
Here's your code for your PS5. Go download it. Yeah. Interesting.
All I know is
interesting.
All I know is I want Ghosts of Tsushima sooner than later.
Oh,
I want to see some gameplay, but I'm excited about that game. I like Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch does good stuff.
So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of, I mean, like I said, I was really thinking that they were going to announce PS5 like they did early next year.
I'm curious to see, like with what's going on with Xbox, like the Xbox One X just came out. It's obviously the most powerful console. With PlayStation announces and releases a console to the next year or 2 years, puts Xbox in a bad spot because that's going to be seen as the next generation of console, and they're going to be the first one to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So if Xbox doesn't have a new system ready that can compete with it, potentially they're going to be behind.
I feel like the Xbox One X was meeting everyone halfway and be like, listen, we want more people to buy some stuff.
Yeah.
Now we remember how everyone was so fast to just pre-order the Xbox One X Project Scorpio edition.
Yeah, I was like, bam, that's it.
Like for some, yeah. I actually was thinking about it.
It's limited.
I actually had the time to stop and think about it. I was like, no, wait, what am I doing? That's a lot of money. I was like, should I? And I was like, no, I'm okay. I don't need it because they don't have anything. It's like, great, that's fantastic. It's gonna have better graphics, but offer me something.
Yeah.
At least here, they have the potential to be like Death Stranding, PS5.
Yep.
Last of Us Part 2, PS5. You know, they have something to back it up. Oh, by the way, Zero Dawn, is that the Horizon? Sorry, yeah. Horizon sequel, PS5.
Probably gonna be PS5.
Launch title.
They're talking. Got the Corey Balrog, the guy that did God of War, is talking about 5 other games.
Yeah.
So the next God of War sequel, which I'm going to play.
Hey, you never know. I mean, I feel like that's.
It's always hard to top yourself after a game like that. So, but at the end of the day, it will be on PS5.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like you're saying, the PS5 benefit fantastic. I mean, I think Sony said it wasn't going to be backwards compatible. But who knows? I mean, they don't believe in it for some reason. But if PS5 could play PS4 graphics, do as the same thing as the Xbox One X does, just enhance everything.
Yeah.
Like the same thing the PS2 did with the PS1 stuff. Make it load faster, make it look prettier, 4K, 60 frames a second. I don't think you can do that.
Price point, too, is going to be big. If they can come in at the $400 price point, like they've kind of stayed at, even with the Pro, that's going to be key. If they can stay at that price point, I think that's going to be big.
I think they're waiting. See, that's the trick. I think if
they're waiting for the price to come down.
If anything, to say when it will come out is when they could put all what they need to put into it and sell it at that price point.
Price, yeah.
I mean, the NVIDIA, the 1080i, I think that's a graphics card that just went down in price. So
is that what do you think the PS5 is going to be using?
I have no idea.
I don't think it will be a 1080i. I think it will be maybe like a 1060, 1050, maybe, but like, I don't know. It really depends. And the other thing is, too, is a lot of times they use different architecture, different companies to build certain things with.
I mean, I think they learned a lot from the PS3. They're not going to try to make some stupid cell processor nonsense.
They're done with that. Yeah.
But I think that's what's going to really be the determining factor when it comes out is when they can fit all they have to all they want to fit into that thing and put it out at like a $400 price.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never know. There's people out there that it's like, okay, $450. Xbox doesn't have anything in the future right now.
Yeah.
Like, is that something people would still jump on for $50, a little more? I think people would be like, that's the first, okay. And we talked about like what we would want in a PS5 to make it stand out as, okay, that is definitely the next gen. 60 frames a second.
Oh man, they
standard
down, man.
Standard. 4K with
500 frames per second.
Downscaling to make your 1080p look fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah.
You know, just So good.
Very good.
That right there is a selling point.
Pack-in TV.
$50 more, I'd buy that. Pro controller, standard.
Unless they really, really screw up, the PS5 is going to be a day one buy for me. Hands down.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do what I have to do, but it will be a day one buy.
Well, wait a minute now. We've talked about this.
Yes.
Buying consoles, first day. I like to wait. Give it a little cushion. Find out what's broken.
Depends on what comes out.
Like how
If Last of Us 2 comes out and that's the only way I can play it, I'm sorry. I'm going to risk it.
Like
yeah,
how
risk
with,
it to get the biscuit.
with how
There you go.
the original PS4s, the touch buttons, they keep ejecting your disc because something is like touching the eject button on the inside.
Yeah.
It's going to be a regular button.
Yeah,
I'm
not
assuming.
they say that
It
fix.
was a nice little cool little, ooh, this touch, ooh. Yeah, it was
It's so sleek.
somebody's stupid idea. Everybody's cat rubs up against it and ejects the disc. And you're like, I'm about to beat the game. No!
Well, what bothers me about the Xbox is I keep most of my consoles under like
The blanket.
old shirts and stuff to keep dust off them, but just brisking that turns the Xbox on. And I'm like, damn it! And I gotta wait for it to load, take the sheet off, get my controller,
It was
turn
my
it on.
son's favorite thing to do to bug me when he was younger. Press it, crawl away.
And like I didn't, it didn't even take pressure. Like you just like a
you
little
just tap it. Yeah.
like you look at it and it turns on.
I'd be sitting there on the couch, like half exhausted for 2 hours of sleep. Crawl over, press it. Son of a.
I made you, I can destroy
The
you.
controller's all the way over there.
But anyway, guys, let us know what you think about the the PS4, its
Xbox
lifespan,
4.
the fact that the CEO is basically like, oh yeah, it's dead, it's dying, but it's going to be around till 2021.
And it's crouching down once.
And it's
And like I said, the PS3 didn't stop being manufactured until a few years
Yeah.
after PS4 came.
So-
So it's like I'm like maybe we do get an announcement next February.
I don't know.
or
I
something
mean,
like that.
I just feel like it's time. I don't know. As weird as that sounds, I mean, they just came out with the PS4. I mean, God of War looked fantastic. It played fine.
fantastic.
They're still coming out with awesome games. They're going to continue to come out with awesome games. They just told us, too, that what they were telling us for the like exclusives for E3, that's not just it. Like, they're going to have more stuff. They're going to try new IP, stuff like that coming out. So they're not obviously done. It's just, when is the PS5 coming out? I feel like it's sooner than most people think. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just have a feeling that. But like I said, it's going to come down to when they can put all the stuff they want to in that little thing, make it into a nice $400 package. When that could happen, then
With
they'll
buttons.
be ready to release it.
And pockets.
That's true. Although Sony's doing so well, like I said, they can probably put it out for $450. Unless Xbox comes out with something that's like, oh, hey, we can have ours for $400. I don't see any issue with it.
No.
But you never know. But let us know what you think down in the comments below.